was just too big for TCU. They they really looked like a high school team playing against, you know what I'm saying, a great college team. It's just I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it, man. I mean, I don't know what you saw, but I just looking at the players from each team, from the offensive line, defensive lines, the skill position players, the linebackers, and the secondary for Georgia, they looked physically more imposing compared to the TCU players. And I just
I
think
mean,
TCU just got outmanned, and it wasn't a
I mean,
contest.
they look like the same size to me, but
Yeah.
Georgia looked like they were hungry. Like they, like
Right.
they ain't ate
Yeah.
days or something. That whole team, and it was just go get
Yeah.
them, just
Right.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I expected more out of TCU than this. This was just, and this
Right.
look, what's McConkey is just come on, somebody stop it.
Yeah. They could not cover that dude, man. They
Or
could not cover him at all.
or the tight end.
Or the tight man. Yeah, that
And
was just
number
a
zero
monster.
got in there, the
Yep.
big brother.
The other tight end. Yep. Yep.
Same result. Now they're
Yep.
running two tight end set.
Right. And say what you
What
want about Stetson Bennett, man. Like he doesn't have the stature that most, NFL scouts, they would like to see. He's not 6'4". Doesn't have a cannon of an arm, but the dude played with a huge chip on his shoulder. I mean, they didn't want him from the beginning. Like he had to go to junior college. He had to earn his stripes, man, and he proved his doubters wrong. I mean, and
all the way.
the game that he played, I mean, 4 TDs, two on the ground and two throwing, and all of his passes were pinpoint accurate. I mean, I, his story is going to be it could be a storybook ending. That's the way I look at it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
geez. I'm looking at this, the QBR 99.5, and it was
Right.
just hey, we even saw a little bit of the backup get in, get a little bit of the
Yep.
horn frogs, and
Yep.
he almost completed 70% of his passes. It was
Hmm.
67%. That's high through the roof, and his
Right.
quarterback rating was, oh my God, it's just
Yep.
somebody get him, please. And then Max just flamed out. I don't know what that was.
Man.
Even though he had a touchdown on the ground. Oh, my bad. That was the only touchdown of the game. See, there we go, right there. Just that
Yep.
quick.
Yep.
Oh, but
Yeah.
it has to be better.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, is this the last we see of Stetson Bennett, or you think this improves his stop?
You know what,
Or
man? I honestly think somebody's gonna give him a shot. He may end up holding the clipboard for most of his career, but
Mhm.
I mean, we've seen quarterbacks lately that haven't been, like their size hasn't really mattered that much. I mean, Drew Brees, he wasn't a big quarterback, but
No, he was not. Correct.
Drew Brees was laser accurate. I mean, we see what Tua is. I mean, I think if the Dolphins can protect Tua, he can last in the league. He's got a decent arm to me, but he can't. They can't protect him. So I
And
think
he can't
that's
stay
the only
healthy.
issue. He can't stay healthy. Yeah. Um. But hey, I wanted to say this about Kirby Smart, man. I think he's taken what he's learned under Nick Saban, and he's built him a perennial power. And I think that the Bulldogs are the next dynasty. If they win it again next year, three in a row, I mean, wouldn't you call that a dynasty?
Oh yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely. I mean,
yeah,
it's hard just to
yeah.
get two. So to get three is
Right.
like, whoa.
Yeah,
Uh, But I think the Bayou Bengals are going to have something to say about that, as I always say.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays,
Yeah.
I don't expect for uh, teams to run amok continuously like this, especially with this new
Right.
transfer portal. And
Yeah.
then we saw a lot of schools this year get better, like SC improvement,
Right.
UCLA.
Yep.
Uh, even though the Pac-12 is shaky, even with Utah and Washington,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
coming back around. But the
Yeah.
SEC is still that golden standard. It's like
Mhm.
so now Georgia improves the SEC's record in
Mhm.
the CFB Championship game. Now it moves up to 14-3. That's almost
That's
impeccable.
that's
Uh,
crazy, man.
that's
Yeah.
just over the top,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, they get all the kids. I mean, whether it's
Yep.
LSU, Alabama,
Mhm.
Georgia, it almost makes you think like, who's next? Because it seems like
Right.
everybody's taking a turn of the wheel, or somebody might pop in, get on one, and now we start this
Mhm.
new dynasty going.
Right.
Will it be
Yeah.
Tennessee? Will it be Ole Miss? Uh,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
time
those
will
teams
tell.
those teams are like on the cusp. I mean, they're. I think. I mean, that's why the SEC is considered the best because they beat up on each other, and usually one or two of those teams are always coming out in the end and being in the playoff, and they just play a different brand of football compared to the other teams. Um, and I don't see even with an expanded playoff. I mean, I don't see anyone besides maybe a Michigan or Ohio State being able to compete with an SEC school.
Well, we
Um,
know Ohio State can. Michigan,
yeah,
they flaked
still
out.
still a question mark. Still a question mark, huh? Yeah,
So, do you think
yeah.
Michigan would have been able to make this a better ball game, or it's just
Ooh, man, I would like to. I would like to. I would like to say so, but after seeing what Georgia did to TCU and then how TCU looked against Michigan, it's no.
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
think
nice.
they would have put. They wouldn't have put up 65, but I still think it would have been. I don't think Michigan would have been able to keep up, especially with the injuries they had with Blake Corum and uh, what's his name, JJ McCarthy. Just the
Mm.
way he looked against TCU, he looked unprepared. He was throwing passes late, and I mean we saw
They
what
were.
Georgia's defense looked like last night. So I don't know, probably not.
Mm. So, do you have any preseason because picks for college football next year? You gonna
No,
hold
not
off a
really.
little bit?
I'm gonna hold off a little bit. I saw Doc had this had some messages about Michigan being preseason number 3, and I don't see how they do that right after the last game of the season. I'm not gonna get caught up in preseason rankings because it's the end of the season now, and it's time to switch modes now.
Oh
College
yeah,
football's over. I'm not thinking about preseason now. So
yeah. I mean, they have a little All-Star game coming up, but we ain't into that.
okay,
And
no,
and with that being said, I'd like to welcome everybody in tonight. This is Rewind with the Juice Man and myself, Greasy the Don. We on the
sir.
mic tonight. We got the college football championship, which we just wrapped up. NFL playoff picture is now clear. And with that being said, what's up with that bad man? What's up, dude? I, I see. I saw the text. How you just put that out there. How
Yeah,
Detroit,
yeah,
Detroit was one of the hotter teams late in the
right, right,
season. They won 8 out of their last 10 games. So
yeah,
this team at one point was 1-6.
right,
1-6.
yeah,
Turned it around, made a run. I love the way Jared Goff played this year. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be bagging on the Lions on our preseason show.
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening. I think. Oh wait, no timeout. I did in this season. I said the Lions. I'm gonna pull up the audio and I'm gonna play it. I said this
Okay.
in the preseason show. The
Mm-hmm.
worst team in the NFC North are the Chicago Bears. I
Okay.
did say that the Lions will not finish last. But I
Well,
did not
okay.
expect the Lions to finish
Second.
second place either. I was picking them third. But
Okay.
and I don't think they overachieved either, even though they did
Mm-hmm.
get Green Bay this Sunday. But they came
Mm-hmm.
up a little bit short as Seattle eked out the victory. Uh, that's all they had to do. But
Mm-hmm.
Detroit needed Seattle to win and get this
Mm-hmm.
game. They was able to win 20-16. So game for Aaron. Solid game from Jared Goff. He managed it. Jamal Williams, outstanding. DeAndre Swift. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I expect this team to be right there. I don't expect them to be out of it next year, like how they were 1-6. I expect them to be through it throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
What did you get from
Now,
this?
man, you know me, man. This was really cool to witness. I mean, you had a Detroit Lions team led by Dan Campbell, who's a former Aggie. Got to
Mm,
put that out there.
go
I
ahead.
mean, they had nothing to play for, man. No playoffs. I mean, they finished 9-8. Um, they went into Green Bay in 20 degree weather temperatures. They went in there and punched a better team in the Packers in the mouth. Is the way I saw it.
Yes, they
Um,
did.
uh, Jared Goff is a guy I feel like has been disrespected. Um, I mean, I always thought he was a solid quarterback. He was dismissed by the Rams, took him to a Super Bowl, but they decided he wasn't good enough. So now he's leading the Lions. Um, I think what's really satisfying about this win was that the Lions were disrespected by Aaron Rodgers and his team. I mean, this is what I
Yeah.
love about the NFL, that you can get humbled on any given Sunday. And the fact that the Lions had nothing to play for, they still went in there and sent the Packers home packing, beat them on their home field. This is the
Mm.
third year. This is the third year in a row where the Packers have lost, hadn't made the playoffs, losing on their home field. And I you know what I'm saying. I've never been an Aaron Rodgers fan because of his. He just comes off as smug and arrogant, and he doesn't hold. I mean, he doesn't take accountability for his poor play. It's always someone else's fault. I
Is this
mean,
the end of the road for him, or do you think we get another year with Aaron?
man, this is what I would like to see. I would like to see Jordan Love take over.
Mm.
I think they should be done with Aaron Rodgers. That's just me. Um, I don't like how he treats his teammates.
Now we have
So
seen Love get in there, and
yeah,
it's not the same. It's night and
it's
day.
not to say. Okay, I get that. I get that.
I
But
mean, maybe because Aaron is much younger than Tom. Maybe they can, finagle some things and
right,
get him some help on the outside. Uh, Tight
yeah,
end receiver. He has
right,
a great running back in Aaron Jones. I love the kid.
yeah, exactly, yeah. They don't give him the ball enough though.
But when you have a quarterback who's, the man, and so
Right.
now you end up with you get into this past happy mode because that's been this team's identity for such a long
Hmm.
time under Aaron Rodgers. Because I can't
Right.
tell you the last Green Bay Packer back that was just, besides this Dylan and Aaron Jones, that was just
Hmm.
lighting it up and getting things
Hmm.
done on the ground.
Right. Yeah.
So I think they tend to get out of that. And then you know how it is with today's offenses. Is let's sling it all over the yard. And I mean,
Right.
only a few teams just have handful of teams have fullbacks.
That's
You know.
true. That's true. Well, I like I said, man. I mean, as far as these two teams are concerned, I think the Lions are heading in the right direction. I think it's important to point out that the running back Jamal Williams, he passed Barry Sanders as far as rushing touchdowns in a season with 17. So, I mean, and they've got Jared Goff's got weapons around him. They've got a young defense. Aiden Hutchinson had 2 sacks. Um, they
So
they
what
they've
direction
got
do they need to
pieces.
go?
I
What
say
direction do
again.
they need to go? As far as the NFL draft, which
Oh,
direction do
okay.
they really need to go?
Mm, I would say maybe offensive line. I would start with offensive line. Give Jared Goff some more protection, and then maybe add another weapon on offense.
Nothing on the defensive side of the ball, or
Um, Maybe a linebacker or a safety.
mm.
But I think they're straight up front. If they can give Aiden Hutchinson some more help, I guess another defensive tackle on the other side. I mean, I think they're poised to win the North next year, maybe.
Hey, that's big words you're speaking, Juice. In regards to the
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
I mean,
You're right,
I
right. The
give you the
Lions,
word,
yeah,
and I came up one slot short. So
yeah.
maybe next year I may be with you
I
because
mean,
other than the Vikings, unless the
yeah,
Packers could fix this and
right.
get this thing trending back in the right direction, and the Bears, that's
Yeah,
just too much. That's just too much.
yeah. Bears still have a long way to go. They
Not
still
gonna
have a
do
long
it.
way to go. Right. Yeah, we agree
And
on that.
And one team, I want this fan base to know: do not read into this game, and all the Cowboy haters don't read into this. What this is?
Right.
This was a team that showed up in DC with, yeah, I get it. They could have won a division and this and that, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you know you're in the playoffs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they they were playing, but they really wasn't playing. Now
Right.
we're gonna get our first Monday. Well, in my as long as I can remember, it's gonna be the first playoff game on a Monday night, and that's gonna be special. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be very special. But anyway, the Commanders took them apart, 26-6 in this ball game, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, like I said, Cowboy fans don't. It is what it is. Prescott 128, and I don't know why they weren't running the football. I mean, they
Right.
were, but they weren't committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't their day. Now you look on the other side with the Commanders, great showing, uh, especially from McLaurin. That kid is something else. Dotson, and
Yeah, he's
you know,
nice. Yeah.
yeah. And then this kid get in, this quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
how and
Yep.
it was, he didn't really sling it all over the yard, but he didn't really have to with Patterson carrying the football. Even though
Mm-hmm.
he made a few big plays with his legs, and he only threw the ball 19 times, completed 11, 169, 1-1 on the touchdowns and interceptions, QBR, a little below
Mm-hmm.
average rating, not that high, but it was enough. It was enough.
Right. Right.
Uh, I think the Heineke kid is just a little bit more suited for this Commanders team
Oh,
going forward.
okay. Over Sam Howell.
I say,
Yeah.
well, run into this problem with Washington bringing in all these older quarterbacks with experience, the vets, and
Right.
somehow Heineke still makes it. And
Mm-hmm.
they get on this roll like they did this season, but
Mm-hmm.
all else fails. Let them battle it out and count. See what you got.
I
I
got you.
do. I do not believe the Commanders should be drafting a quarterback. I'm glad Young is able to come back off of his Chase Young able to come back off his injury. That really improves that Washington D with the pass rush and whatnot, because you have to respect him and his pass rushing capabilities.
Right.
As far as Dallas, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be some rough sledding wild card weekend. And this is a beautiful catch. That was a beautiful catch. This kid, he's been lighting it up. Well, not totally lighting it up, but you'll get plays like this from him once in a while or during the big ball games.
Well, the way I look at it is another accident occurred at the nation's capital. I mean,
oh my God.
it's inexcusable, man. But what the Cowboys are doing, heading into the playoffs, I mean, they're going in the wrong direction to me, and it has nothing to do with talent. I mean, they have what it takes to get it done when it comes to winning games, and it starts with Dak, and he had a horrible game.
Yes, he did.
For what they're paying him, he had a horrible game, and I also think the issue is coaching. They need a coach that's going to hold them accountable for their poor play. I just don't see Mike McCarthy doing that. I don't know. I don't know if he's the right guy. And
I don't think he is. I'm gonna continue to say this. He's not.
Right. And we know Jerry Jones. He's the ultimate control freak and hype man. And Cowboys will not win again until Jerry Jones relinquishes control. And we all know that's not happening. So I don't see the Cowboys winning anything. And as for the Commanders, this was a nice win for them, but they, like you said, I mean, they still have holes to fill. And there needs to be changes in their front office too. Daniel Snyder, ever since he's on that team, they've been really bad. So
they've done absolutely nothing.
Right.
I mean, they struggle to make the play. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like the NFC East has been so strong since this guy's on this team. It hasn't. It's been seasons where the division winner is the only team that make it from the playoffs, and that's at 8-8 or 9-7. So, there's no reason why the Reds, even though they did compete, they were right there in the thick of things with the Giants, who just totally slid all the way back, and the Skins just slid too far back and straight up out the playoffs. But I think we're going to get the same thing next season. The Giants, I see it, but you're not going to be playing a last place schedule next season. You're going to be playing a third place schedule, and that's going to make a difference.
Okay. Yeah.
Washington, they'll benefit because they'll be playing a last place schedule. So I think those teams will be down there. At the end of the day, I still think it's Eagles and Cowboys.
Agreed.
But I don't want to go into next season. We're going to talk about it's playoff time, baby. This is what I've been dreaming about, waiting on. And we had a little barn burner. It was the getting was good until the end, and Mac Jones came. Mac Jones that carriage turned back into a pumpkin. Mac Jones, he did, like I always say, Juice Man, that one important stat column, interception, 3. And he at crucial time. I'm like, what are you doing? And Devontae Parker did his thing, 6 for 79, 2 touchdowns, and but Josh Allen, he only threw 1 interception with the 3 touchdowns, and I think what surprised the thing which separated this ball games, I've never seen this before, were the 2 kick returns for touchdowns.
Exactly.
This team, in my opinion, played on an emotional high. And who knows? not getting that number 1 seed could very well benefit Buffalo. Could very well. And
yep.
I don't now when the playoffs roll around, they're going to be facing Baltimore.
Well, actually, they're facing the Dolphins in the wild card, right?
Oh, my bad. Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say they're gonna beat the brakes off them, but it's gonna be tight. Baltimore, on the other hand, has Cincinnati. Oh, it's another division round. So that's 2. Jacksonville and the Chargers. The Chargers better not sleepwalk. They better not sleepwalk. They're gonna find themselves in a bad predicament.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like as far as this Bills and Patriots game, I feel like the whole country is pulling for the Bills, because of what they've had to endure, this past week. Praise God that DeMar Hamlin is making, positive strides in his recovery.
And no problems with his extremities either.
Right.
I mean,
he's now back in Buffalo. I feel like the players are playing for him and the entire city, and they just look like a team of destiny. That kid, Neum Hines, I think is his name.
I think they got him from the Colts.
The Colts, yeah. He had the game of his life, man. We hardly ever see kickoff returns, period. He had 2 of them.
I think I may have seen 2 punt returns. Eric Metcalf.
Okay.
When the Browns beat, I forgot, was it Cincinnati? I think they were playing. No, Pittsburgh. I
don't remember. Yeah.
Eric Metcalf. That was 1989, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow. Okay.
But never took kickoff. Never.
Yeah. So those 2 plays alone, you just knew that they had all the momentum. They want to finish this season on a high note. For DeMar, and ultimately I feel like they're playing desperately. They want to win this. They want to finish the deal and win a Super Bowl. And they can do it. So
we'll see. Would be the ultimate Super Bowl?
What's that?
The Vikings and the Bills. Both teams are 0-4 in Super Bowls.
Oh wow!
So somebody got to win.
Somebody got to win.
That's not going to happen. The 49ers. The 49ers.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't even think Buffalo or Kansas City makes it. I think we're going to get. You're going to be mad when I say this. We might be geared up for like a Jacksonville or I'm thinking either Jacksonville, Cincinnati, hell, even the Dolphins out of the AFC. I'm not feeling no high-powered team coming out the AFC. I'm really not, because the AFC has been wishy-washy all season.
Right.
And for my Eagle fans, stop. Y'all don't want to see this stuff. Stop that. Stop it. They better pray that the Giants. Let me pull up these standings real quick. Well, this playoff picture. The best bet for the Eagle and their faithful going forward,
right?
They gotta pray that the Giants beat the Vikings and face the 49ers. Because the Giants are going to beat the 49ers. That's just NFL history, period. I don't give a damn how good the 49ers are.
What is it? Why? What is it? Is it because they're on the West Coast and they got to go far all the way to the East? Is it?
Well, no.
What is it about the 49ers and the Giants?
Remember they ended Montana, played his last game, 49ers? Yeah. They beat them in 86, 90. When Eli made it to the last Super Bowl, they beat them. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to materialize. But with the Eagles, hey, when was the last time a 1 seed, well, besides the Chiefs, a 1 seed just wrecked through the whole playoffs? or 2 1 seeds met in the Super Bowl. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. I can't remember. Do you remember exactly when?
I can't. That's
Just
how
over
bad it
two
is. Like,
2 decades, 3 decades ago.
where everybody is always this one, just like when Cincinnati made it last year. Who expected? Well, I did pick them to beat the Chiefs and the Titans and all this, but
Yeah.
when that playoff started, like I said, the AFC is quirky. It's very quirky. It's not definite. We look at the NFC,
Right.
we'd be like, yeah, that's who coming out this
That's
way.
definite. Yeah. I agree. I feel like the AFC is more wide open, and NFC you for sure know who's coming out, or you know who's the best,
Because
and
even
you know
last
who's not good. Yeah.
year we all knew the Rams were that team, but you were the only one that stood on it. You know,
Right.
because even in the championship game, I had the 49ers, and you were the only person that picked the Rams. And the season before that, it was Tampa. Everybody stood on Tampa. I mean, we knew what that was with Brady and Gronk and all XYZ. It didn't matter if they were playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That didn't matter. And the year that the Chiefs won, that probably was the only year that the AFC just had a clear-cut team. There was nobody to challenge the Chiefs. Okay, New England, but we knew Brady was at the end of the road, but it was going to be the passing of the torch. So, it is what it is. And we had some firings.
Yeah, go ahead. What'd you say?
I said we had some firings in the NFL.
We did. Yeah.
I don't understand how Kingsbury get 3 seasons. Is it Kling or King?
It's Kingsbury. Yeah, Kingsbury.
You had a dismal first season. The second season, last year they did great. First round, get the doors blown off. This year, all the way back. Why is this? I say that to say, why do the black coaches get a shorter leash? Meaning Lovie Smith. And to all my brothers out there that are listening, that have desires to be head coaches in the NFL and even on the collegiate level, it's like picking and choosing your battles.
Right.
Moses couldn't help this team. Jesus couldn't help this team.
Yeah.
Muhammad couldn't check this team. Allah is God. But still, they couldn't help this team. So what makes you think is just too much needed? I need for my brothers that are aspiring to be head coaches.
Right.
I get it. I get the money and this and that, but you can still command that much money being a coordinator. Maybe not as a position coach, but they still get paid handsomely. But at least as a coordinator. Because taking these head coaches' job, knowing that all this stuff is just glue and tape held together and it's not going to work. You're not going to turn that around. Now, granted, you had the Eagles coach in his first year, did a great job. The Giants coach, outstanding. Yes, but the Eagles weren't that far off. We all know that with the D and the O-line and the position players. The Giants weren't that far off. They just needed a little push. And plus, they benefited from their schedule. But to take that Texans job where, oh my God, you're facing the consistency of the Titans, the Colts team, which thank God they were what they were supposed to be. And then you had a surprisingly Jacksonville team. So you didn't have a fighting chance in hell. Then you had to play the NFC East, which consists of the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and the Skins. Why are you taking that? Man, come on, man. Why? Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself a shot.
Right.
Just remember when Lovey took the Chicago Bear job.
And he took him to a Super Bowl.
He knew he had Peanut Tillman, Brian Urlacher,
Yep.
the big boys on the deal. I can't think of their names. The only thing Lovey knew he had to work on was the QB position. That's it.
Yep.
But man, you can't come down here to Houston. You need a quarterback. They done shipped off Deshaun.
Yeah.
Hopkins gone. JJ Watt gone. You
Yeah.
got a rookie from LSU, Stingley. Ain't nothing in that secondary. You got grab ass linebackers and that old line
Right.
sticking out the joint. Why would you take
Yeah.
that job, bro?
Right.
Why would you do that to yourself? But moving on, anything you want to add on these firings?
Nah, I was just gonna say, man, like I think what you're saying is that he should have seen the writing on the wall. Like he should have, I guess, done more research or you know what I'm saying on the front office. I feel like the front office has some racist tendencies. I mean,
And isn't this their
and
second
we
black coach? And back didn't they have Carly last year from
yeah,
College
David
Station?
Culley last year, and he had Romeo Cornell at one point too. I think.
Okay, so they fired
Yeah,
Romeo Cornell, a black coach,
yeah,
after 1 year. Carly last year,
yeah.
one season fired, and now Lovely. It wasn't too lovely. Lovey Smith after
Yeah,
one season. But you know what? Lovey
right.
was like, you know what? I know y'all gonna fire me. That's why I'm gonna win
Yeah,
this last game, and y'all ain't gonna get number one pick.
yeah, man.
He
It's the
pulled it out.
front. Yeah, it's the front office. I think they've got major issues up there, and I think until that's worked out, that's fixed. I'm telling you, it seems like all the good teams have a solid front office,
Well, you know what
and
it is, Juice? They doing just what
what's
the
that?
Raiders doing. They tried that New England experience. And that
Oh,
boy
okay.
O'Brien set I tell people this every time. Whenever you make a bad hire, especially from that
Mhm.
Belichick tree, you're gonna set your
Right.
team back 3 years. How many coaches we named, Juice? Three. Am I
Three?
lying?
Yeah.
I
Right.
said this on my rant
Yeah.
Saturday about the Raiders. Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels gonna set you back 3 seasons. They had O'Brien down here in for the Texans.
Mhm.
3 coaches set you back 3 seasons, and it might go for it might go for Juice just that quick.
Right.
You can't hire
Yeah.
that New England stuff. Let me tell you something.
Mm.
It works good for Belichick and Robert Kraft. That's who that works for.
Right.
That everybody can't do that. Okay, well
Mm-mm.
think about everybody that came off. Okay, prime example. Bill Walsh came off the Paul Brown tree.
Okay.
And so
Hmm.
Bill Walsh thought he was up next for that Cincinnati job. But
Hmm.
Bill Walsh didn't do it like Paul Brown did it. Bill Walsh did it on another level. And
Hmm.
then you look at his the people behind him, George Seifert. George
Hmm.
Seifert was a defensive guy, and he was able to
Okay.
maintain that 49er team in
Hmm.
89 season and 94 season.
Hmm.
Mike Holmgren. Uh, yeah, it was still West Coast, but he had the luck, the beauty of getting far, but
Hmm.
that don't work for everybody. Even Nick
Right.
Saban tried, and they
Yeah.
ran into Miami.
Yeah.
Well, he lied his way out of Miami, and yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing good. Maybe Belichick's disciples are good on the college, on the collegiate level, because Lane
Hmm.
Kiffin, well, Lane Kiffin isn't one, but you
No, I
know,
don't
it
think
can work
so.
for that
Yeah.
juice, but it don't work in the NFL. It don't work.
Right. Yeah. Well, speaking of coaches, also Jim Harbaugh is interviewing the Broncos job.
He'll be a damn fool to take that job. A damn
I
fool.
know. I know. I know. I feel like he needs to. He has brought Michigan back to. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
They're a big program now. Like they're legit. I mean, they're not. You know what I'm saying? They're not a pushover.
No, they're
He's
not.
he's done he's done so much with that program. Why leave it? Why
Now I
not
would love
finish
to
what you
see.
started? You know what I'm saying? Like
I
You
think
know
the
what I mean?
perfect fit for Jim would have been the Raiders.
You think so?
That would have been a perfect fit because Jim likes to
Right.
run that football. Instead of hiring Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels, y'all should have pulled every string to get, or at least held
Right.
out with Rich Bisaccia, the intern that went
Yeah.
7-5 over 12
Right.
games, and McDaniels
Yeah.
couldn't win 7 games. He only won 6
Right.
out of 17.
Right.
And then get Harbaugh, because Harbaugh likes to run the football. Now you got Josh Jacobs, a kid
Yep.
you saw in the national title game, Zahir White.
Yep. Yep.
It would have worked perfectly for you. And I think Jim would have been better suited for Derek Carr because a quarterback's best friend is the running game. It takes pressure off, and then you can pop it.
Right.
You know.
Hey, what about
You want to know
what about Sean Payton, Oakland or Vegas? Sorry,
well, anybody who wants
Vegas
Sean
for your
Payton,
Vegas.
they're gonna have to speak to the Saints to get him, and you're probably gonna have to give up a draft pick or something retarded to get him.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. If it's a Sean Payton and the Raiders, I'll be honest, I give up a number 2 or 1, whatever y'all want. Y'all can have it. We got to get this. I'm not gonna go in there. My head gonna hurt. I'm not gonna see I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna get it to something positive. This guy ain't going nowhere. I told y'all didn't see it. Mike Tomlin, baby, 9-8.
Yes, sir.
That's not a losing season.
No.
Look like a winner chicken dinner to me. You know, so
well, they needed some help to get in. They needed the Dolphins to lose, and let's see, I think it was the Dolphins to lose and the Patriots to lose, right? And they the Dolphins won.
Made Patriots.
Right.
Yeah,
so
but
they just missed it, but I think they'll be in the playoffs next year for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I told y'all they're not going below 500 this year. And see, this is the thing. When you have a good coach and upper management, like the general manager and the owner understands what they have, and even though, like I stated last week, even though they're 9-8, you don't have to. Or the previous season, I think they were 9. They had that tie. They were 9-7-1. You don't have to blow it up. You don't have to blow it up. All you got to do is just tweak it. Just tweak it. And it's going to get better now. You know what you got with Pickett, Pickens, Washington. Defense going to be there. Now you build on that. You build on it. You don't always have to blow it up. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, because when you blow it up, or you change coaches, now you get a jackass like Josh McDaniels. What's about to happen? I don't think Josh Jacobs is coming back to the Raiders.
Oh, for real?
I don't think so.
Man, y'all better not lose him. Oh,
Devontae Adams talking about he won't input on the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Now this how strong you're gonna see how strong him and Carr's friendship is. He won't input on the quarterback situation. So if he say he want Carr, y'all want to ship, even though Carr has a no trade clause, so you want to still want to ship Carr off or cut him. Yeah. I'm not gonna even be mad at Devontae Adams requesting a trade. I'm not gonna even be mad because I don't speak to hear myself talk. Everything I've said on this show comes to fruition. I said it about the Steelers, whether it's the 49ers, whether it was the Bengals last year, the 49ers playing the Packers in the snow. Dude, I can't make this stuff up. I said it Saturday about when you make bad hires, like going trying to get New England, you're gonna suffer for 3 years at least. And look at Houston. They can't even get out their own damn way.
They can't.
I can't make this stuff up, man. Somebody need to give me a job. Because I go for it, man.
Yeah. You know? Hey, there's another coach. Did we talk about Cliff Kingsbury? Where do you think he's going to end up?
his best bet is to try to see what's the guy that got fired in college. It wasn't Oklahoma's coach.
Who got fired in college? Somebody
Somebody.
did. I'm trying to remember
Or
who it
did
was.
to the NFL. It was something like that, but I think we'll see him back in the back in college football.
Back in
Even
college
though he didn't
football.
do that while he was there, but
Right. What's your take on Kyler Murray? How's that going to affect him? Like, what do you see him? What do you see him as a quarterback? Like, is he legit, or is he kind of like a system quarterback where he's got to be put in the right
what's the
place?
guy's coach at USC? What's
Uh
USC's head coach?
oh, Lincoln Riley's their coach.
It wouldn't surprise me if Lincoln Riley be in Arizona.
Okay.
Ain't that his old head coach?
It
It
is.
wouldn't surprise me. Because
Yeah.
they want Murray to have input on the head coach. I think Riley will make I think he'll do okay, but then again, he might come in shooting them down. But knowing Lincoln Riley, do you go with your old gun Murray or do you get a Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I don't see Lincoln Riley leaving. He just got there. I don't see him leaving.
Right? USC got long money. That money
Yeah.
longer than that 10. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I see, and then as far as Kyler Murray is concerned, the guy is talented, but I think he's a little
He had to be
immature.
coaching.
He's a little immature though too. Huh?
He has
You
the
said
pieces around him with Hopkins and
yeah,
I don't know what
yeah,
the problem is.
yeah.
And
I don't
then
know, man.
Kingsbury always wanted him, and that's why he avoided him. Murray might have got that man fired. Oh, he might have got that man fired on purpose.
Yeah,
But,
you remember that blow? You remember the blow up on the sidelines? That was the end.
yeah.
That was the end right there when that happened.
That was
Something was gonna happen. Yeah.
But it's just the Cardinals being the Cardinals. Our whole life they ain't did nothing. Just like the Lions. They look good one season, the next season is like, this is their DNA. It's the Cardinals.
Yeah, they had that one good run. What was that? Was it 20?
with Kurt Warner. Oh Lord.
Yeah. What Super Bowl was that? 2009.
I don't know, but but the Steelers beat them.
The Steelers beat them. Yeah.
Steelers beat them.
They haven't been back. They haven't been back since.
That was Tomlinson's first Super Bowl victory. Speaking of the devil.
No, it actually was. Yeah, it was. It was his first. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, he only has one ring. Yeah. That's correct. Yeah, because Big Ben got his other one with
Bill Cowher.
Yeah, look, I had to do this.
Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting. So I think we're gonna do the picks for Friday's show.
Okay.
Wild card weekend. So we're gonna but I like the 49ers. I like the 49er Empire. I told King I might have to take a break from Raider Nation. I'm just gonna go and be a I see Raiders might be I already got the Raiders record for next season.
What's
that? You ain't gonna believe it. They're gonna beat the Broncos twice, and it was one other team I said they was gonna beat. Because we gotta play the North.
Okay.
Oh, the Giants. We'll beat the Giants. Raiders are going 3-14 next season.
Okay. Wow.
3-14. So I might get on that getting that 49er Empire. I like what they doing. I like defense. Y'all know me. Smash them out. Get them, rah. I don't like boneheadedness, decisions, front office to back office. To the back. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm riding with the Niners in the playoffs. Who you riding with, Juice, in the playoffs?
Well, you already know. I got the Steelers going 10 and 8.
The Steelers, hold on. I'm talking about for the playoffs this year.
Oh,
Oh
for
no,
this
no, but
year.
you gotta
Oh,
give
my
me a
bad.
pick. Don't
Yeah.
give your
Are
pick
you
for the Steelers next season.
okay? Yeah, I got them going 10-8. I got them. I got them making at least getting into the
Get
AFC.
that old wild
But
card.
yeah, yeah. But as far as this year goes, this year, are you asking me for Super Bowl picks? Is that what you're asking
Well,
for?
what's one team you
On
gonna
one team.
ride with? Because last year you rode with the Rams all the way through.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
rode with
yeah.
the Rams to beat the Bucks. The team I was
Oh,
riding with
okay,
last year got put out, the 49ers.
okay, okay.
So I'm
I'm
riding
a
with the Niners this year because it ain't
okay.
no damn Jimmy G. Oh, Jimmy G can come back. But
Yeah, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy ain't
Jaguars
letting
in
that.
this
He ain't
playoff.
letting that. He's not letting that go, man. I'm gonna go. You gonna go with the 49ers. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Man, now why you want to do that? Why you want to go with the Eagles? I mean,
Hey
come on,
man,
man.
Jalen Hurts, man, Jalen Hurts,
Yeah, he.
and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and that defense,
That is
man.
a lot. I
Yeah,
think if they meet up, it's going to be a slobber knocker.
yeah,
It's going to be some
yeah.
paint being exchanged and all the above. It's going to be a hell of a ball
Right,
game. Hell of a
man.
ball
I
game.
agree.
AFC, I
I
ain't
agree.
picking nobody. Nobody. I'm just watching and picking who I think going to win. NFC,
Yeah.
I got to ride with the Niners. I honestly think that Empire going to get Super Bowl number 6. They're going to get
Okay.
6. They're gonna tie the Steelers. They're gonna get 6. They're gonna beat the Cowboys with them 5 little dusty rings
Yeah.
that they keep ratting and raving about. Man, y'all need to
Right.
go and dust them off.
Man.
That was when
Oh.
that's almost 20 years, no, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
95. What? It's 28 years. It's time to let that go.
It's crazy, man.
Hell, the Raiders won more playoff games in the 2000s than the Cowboys. What that say? That's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
But don't tell them that. Oh, we got 5 rings. I think
Yeah.
honestly, some Cowboys fans think 5 rings is the most. Hello, 49ers got 5 and Pittsburgh got 6. No, they call it
Right.
6-bird. They call it 6-bird.
You can't tell Cowboy fans nothing, man. You
They
can't
can't
tell
tell
them
them nothing, man. They know everything. Every year we're going to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Man, come on, bro. Let's be realistic. First, why don't y'all I see all that talk calm down about Michael Parsons being LT.
Man, he's been MIA for a while, for at least a couple weeks, man.
Got him on the side of a milk carton. Have you seen him?
Man,
Why he show up Monday night? He gonna show up. He's gonna be like, what the hell?
You think he's gonna get the Brady? I know we're gonna talk about this game.
The Cowboys just can't beat Tom Brady in the Bucks. I don't know what the hell that's about. And then the game gonna be in Tampa because they won their division. So there you have it. Man, the Cowboys going home early.
I'm sure we're gonna get into that next week, but
oh yeah, most definitely.
Man,
we'll be right back here Tuesday night chucking.
Let them Cowboys have it, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. Yeah, another platinum show. Me and the Juice Man going through everything. Hey, Juice riding with the Eagles. I'm riding with the Niners. And this is Rewind, the NFL finale. The last week of the NFL football season. Now it's playoff time. Me and the Juice Man, we're gonna be on these games. We got a little special treat for all our NBA people. We're gonna be doing rewind on the previous week NBA basketball games until we can kick back off. But we're gonna still do the whole entire NFL playoff, break it down, give it how we give it to you every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Juice Man, Greasy the Dawn on Rewind. You can also catch us every Friday night, 8 p.m. sharp on the Just Noise Sports Show with Doc, and King Dre, Candy, and Big Ian. Appreciate everyone. Have a blessed night. Peace.
Y'all take it in.